gumiwan ang corporate job mo, pakinggan mo muna to. Hi guys, my name is Edge and welcome back to my world. For today's video ay share ko sa inyo ang totoong kwento sa pagiging virtual assistant that nobody talks about. Hindi ito successful story, but it's a survival story. So stick around. Backstory, I was in a corporate job for 11 years. Yung kita, normal na buhay, may nagre-rent. At kahit maraming bayarin, nakakaraos pa rin. Pero dumating yung point na gusto ko nang maging freelancer dahil sa you can get to work anywhere or work from home. Kaya gusto ko ng online work. That's why nag-transition ako sa virtual assistant. At first, akala ko madali kasi mostly yung napapanood natin sa YouTube and puro successful story like stages and all of that. Kaya ganyo ako sa totoo lang. When I started off, it took me a while to get hired sa agency kasi sa mga napapanood natin sa YouTube and sa TikTok, puro success stories like 6 digits a month and all of that. Wala man lang sila na-share kung anong mga struggles nila when applying or transitioning to virtual assistant. Now, good thing before end of 2024, I was already hired sa VA agency which I am employed in right now. So I'm really thankful. And then first month, like January, I was hired with a client and I'm currently working with right now. So good thing may pumapasok na pera. Pero compared sa corporate job ko, which is much higher when it comes to income and stability, malaki adjustment ang nangyari to the extent na hindi na kami makapagbayad ng bills namin on time. Naipon yung utang namin sa rent and mind you, we were evicted. Pinalayas kami sa apartment na tinitirahan namin kasi we failed to pay on time and yun, since maliit lang kasi it's part-time virtual assistant lang, part-time client lang yung nasa akin ngayon, so it's just limited pang survival mode lang. So we decided na hindi na kami mag-proceed with makipag-usap na stay longer or whatnot kasi we have to act as soon as possible. So we decided na lang na umuwi muna ako sa probinsya with my fur babies para maiwasan namin yung monthly bills namin, para mawala na kami ng iniisip na monthly bills. Kasi 10K yung rent plus yung Meralco and water bill. That's monthly. Pero ngayon, where I am at right now is 1K to 2K. So 8,000 pesos difference. So, di ba? Laking tipid. So, ayun, to the extent na kailangan maiwan ng jowa ko doon sa kanila. Walang opportunity sa probinsya. Hindi naman siya work from home as well. So, we have to sacrifice. Ganon kalala ang nangyari sa amin when I transitioned. So, nung nandito na ako sa province, first 3 months, super duper challenging when it comes to mental health. Kasi I always overthink. Sobrang draining yung naisip mo yung mga babayaran and yung mga needs na mga pets mo and everything. Malalang overthinking ang nangyayari. So, ang inisip ko nun, is this karma? Pinaparusahan ba ako ni Lord? Tama ba yung decision ko? Kailangan ko na bang bumalik sa corporate job? Nakaka-drain na nakakabaliw. Parang end of the world ba ang nasa isip ko. So, it's all about the future. Like, kung ano mangyayari bukas, kung kakain pa ba kami or whatnot. Yun ang mga naisip ko. So, ayun. Now, I'm okay currently. Still struggling, but still alive. And may pag-asa pa rin. Yun. What I realize is that it's indeed true. VA is not for everybody. Lalong-lalo na kung you're not financial ready. Kung you're not courageous. Kung wala kang patience and tiwala sa sarili mo. As in, at mag-give up ka talaga. Not all the times, lalong-lalo pag direct hire ka, they can just dump you off or hindi ka na lang nila bayaran. That's why I chose a virtual assistant agency for stability purposes and security. So far, so good. I'm happy with Virtudesk, my current agency. Ayun. So, I know if you're planning to transition to virtual assistant, just be ready financially, mentally, spiritually, emotionally. Kasi I know na lahat tayo nag-start from small beginnings. Parang baby steps ba? Dadaan tayo sa maraming sakripisyo. So, normal lang naman sigurong matakot. Normal self-doubt, mag-overthink. Pero, hindi ibig sabihin nun na you're coward or matatakotin ka na or mali ang desisyon mo. Kasi I know that walang shortcut. Kailangan mo talaga siyang you start from the scratch, from the beginning. So, as long as you're still alive, may pag-asa pa. So, I'm just here. Kung may mga kwento kayo, may questions kayo about virtual assistance world, or kung na-experience nyo yung gaya sa akin or mas grabe pa yung sitwasyon, please drop them on the comment section below para mabigyan naman ng insights yung mga future virtual or aspiring virtual assistants na gaya natin. So guys, thank you so much sa panonood, and I hope on my next coming videos still manood pa rin kayo. And watch out for the next video because I'm gonna share with you the tools, the daily task that I am doing with my client as a general virtual assistant for a real estate lawyer. So I hope may at least natutunan man kayo kahit konti sa vlog na to. And again, this is not a success story. It's a survival story. And I hope na karoon kayo ng motivation kung you still wanted to proceed or pursue virtual assistants, then at least you have an idea what to watch out, what to do, what to prepare for. So again, thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you on the next.